Great day. We're going over a review for tonight's lesson as well as an overview of the week on which we have done. We're going to have a quiz tomorrow for me to spot check and make sure everyone is understanding and where they should be. And we're also having our multiplication quiz on our threes and fours tomorrow. So one thing I want to show you, we have been working with the place value chart up to 100,000. And we have here, this is called a unit number. So we have 6, and then it tells you what unit to put it in. 3, what unit to put it in. 4, what unit to put it in. And 3, what unit to put it in. So we have 6, 10,000. So the 6 is going in the 10,000 spot. 3 is going where? The 100 spot. 4 is going in the 10 spot. And 3 is going in the 1 spot. Okay? Now, we have a problem. We have nothing is here. Okay? And so if nothing is there, we have to place it with a 0. We have no thousands, so we place a 0 there. Okay? As a placeholder. Okay? So I'm going to put my comma here. And now let's read our number. That's one thing we've been practicing is how to read these bigger numbers. So the first thing I tell them to do is cover up the comma and everything after and read what you see. So we see 60. We know the comma means 1,000. Every time you see the first comma, it says 1,000. So far we have 60,000, and now we read the rest. 343. Okay? 60,343. So that's standard form. So we converted this into standard form. Now we're going to do expanded form, and we do it in 2 ways. Let me switch my marker so everything doesn't look like the blue C. Okay, so we're going to take the 6. We're going to start the largest place value, 6. Everything else goes to a 0. See how I'm doing my nice and neat rows on my place value chart. Next, it's a 0 here. So we don't need to do 0, 0, 0. So we just skip over it when you're doing expanded form. So now we have 3. Everything else after the 3 goes to a 0. Next, we have a 4. We come straight down with the 4. Everything else goes to a 0. And finally, we have a 3. Come straight down with the 3. Okay? So we have 60,000 plus 300 plus 40 plus 3 will give you 60,343. That's one way of doing the expanded form. This is the other way, using our multiplication. So we have, starting in the highest place value, we have our 6 times, what place is our 6 in? It's in the 10,000 spot. So 6 times 10,000 plus, next we have 0. We're going to skip that on the place value chart because we don't need that. So we have 3 times, what place is the 3 in? It's in the 100s place. Plus, what's our next number? 4 times what? Times 10, because it's in the 10s place. Plus 3 times 1, because it's in the 1s place. Okay? So we have expanded form this way and this way. Both ways they have to show me every time. Okay? Now, let's make the correlation between these two because it depends on how the question is asked. 6 times 10 also gives us what? That's 60,000. You see how these correlate? 3 times 100 is what? 300. 4 times 10 is what? 40. 3 times what is 3? That's why I have them do it together because they may be asked different ways on the test. Finally, we're going to do word form for 60,343. So I tell my kids, let's pick out the comma. It has thousands, so we're going to come down and we're going to write the word thousand. Now, what comes before our comma? 60. And that's exactly what we're going to write is 60. Okay, now let's check it. 60 and the comma says what? 1,000. We have it so far. 60,000. Now, what comes after the comma? 343. Make sure that our scholars are not saying and. And in math is a decimal. So this is 343. So I'm going to write exactly what I read. 343. And this is the word form. Okay, this is the word form for our number. Now, we have done the standard form, we've done the expanded form in 2 different ways, and we've also done the word form. So they will be responsible for this on their homework as well as for their quiz tomorrow, their checkup, okay? So let me erase this, and let me go to 2 other 10, 100. I'm just going to do this to 1,000 just to show you. Okay, the number I have is 368. Okay, and I want a number. I want to focus on the 8, and I want to find the number that is 10 times more than the 8. I want to write a number where it's 10 times more than the 8 that's in this ones place. So I'm going to give 3 options. Oops. I'm putting comments all over the place on this one. Okay? So we're concentrating, remember, only on the 8s. We want to find an 8 that's 10 times more than the 8 in 368. Well, this is in the 1 spot. So if I move over from the 1s to the 10s, I'm adding times 10. So I'm looking for a number where 8 is in the 10 spot. Okay, so that'll be 10. The 8 in a space that's 10 times more than the 8 here. Can it be this one? No, because this 8 is in the 1 spot. It didn't move. Can it be this one? Oh, it's in the tens place. This is our answer. Okay, so it'll be 6,384. Remember, we're only focusing on the 4s. We're on the 8s. That's 10 times more, and that will be the 8 in the 10 spot. Now, let's explain why it's not 3,873. The 8 is in the 100 spot, so if we chose this number, let me explain why it is not the answer. The 8 is here, right? So once I hop over 1, that's times 10. So I'm adding a 0. If I hop again, that's adding another times 10 or another 0. So that'll be 100 times more. If I wanted 100 times more, then it will be this 8 here. But we're just doing 10 times more or 10 times less. So in this case, it's 10 times more. Okay? So let me erase that. Let me show you one more. And you can use different examples to fill in parents as you wish to help them prepare for their quiz. We have, and let's focus on the 6. I'll give you 3 choices. Okay, so the 6 is in our 100 spot, and I want one that's 10 times less, not 10 times as many, 10 times less. So that means I'm going backwards on my place value chart. So instead of going to the thousands, which would be 10 times more, I want to do 10 times less than 100, so I'm going back to the tens place. So I'm looking for a 6 that will be in the tens place. Okay? So can it be this one? Yep, this one is in the tens place. This one's in the same spot. Sometimes they'll try and trick you up 10 times more. That's why it's so important to listen to the question 10 times less, because they will have that there to see if the students are paying attention closely. Okay? So that's that. And then one more thing. We have okay, so we have this. And then we have okay? And we're going to compare these two numbers. And this is how we're going to compare. We always start with the largest place value, and they're in the 10,000s place, and they happen to be the same number. So the scholars know, draw a straight line. Go over to the next column. You have a 5 and you have a 4. Well, which one is larger, 5 or 4? Of course, the 5 is. So when I write it, this is what I'm going to write. Go ahead and write the top number. Doesn't matter. Go ahead and write that top number up. We know it's bigger. We're going to do the alligator math. It's to the bigger number, whichever way it goes. A lot of them get confused of trying to decide which is greater and or less than. Just know that the open mouth is to the larger number. And there we just compared. Okay? So, and they know to put it on a place value chart. Even if it's not room on the page, they always have an extra sheet or somewhere off to the side. They must put it on the place value chart. Okay? So in other words, on papers, I shouldn't just see the signs going different ways and they have no place value to show me that they understood the assignment, rather than just putting a greater than or less than sign. Okay? And one final, we have and let's say they want to know the value of the 8. The value of this 8 here is in the ones, tens, hundred spot, so it's 800. It's 8 and it's in the 100 spot, so it is 800. Okay, let's do another one with this here. What is the value of the 8? Ones, tens, 100,000, 10,000, 100,000. The 8 is in the 100,000 spot, so the value of the 8 is 800,000. And this is a great review for them to go over to help them prepare for the quiz and just things that they need to know as we move forward with place value. Have a great day.